Ladies and gentlemen, I'm doing this segment with all due respect. I don't want this to take place, even though I disagree with the political viewpoints of a great many people at Twitter and the social media companies. But I think that, in my humble viewpoint, there's 7,500 employees at Twitter. You have Forbes. Elon Musk suggested possible layoffs at Twitter. Then you have Business Insider. Elon Musk suggests there could be layoffs at Twitter. This was 3 days ago to improve its financial health. Then you have articles talking about not just Twitter, but he wants to cut 10% from Tesla jobs, 10% of Tesla's workforce. And BBC, Elon Musk hints at layoffs in first meeting with Twitter employees. Then you have SpaceX fires at least 5 for letter criticizing Elon Musk. Now, I don't know where, I don't understand the corporate philosophy that Elon Musk has to deal with. I've worked for corporations before, years back, big, huge corporations. If you wrote a letter demonizing the CEO or anyone in charge, you wouldn't be there long. So I don't understand the new thought process now. If you go and work at Microsoft and you write a letter denouncing Bill Gates, how long do you, even if Bill Gates is not running the show in the manner that he did in the 90s, you're not going to be there for long. Okay? Apple, what you think Bezos is going to allow people to write letters saying that, they don't like Amazon, the Amazon CEO. They don't think that he's moral or just or he's embarrassing. The SpaceX letter talked about how, his behavior, his public behavior embarrasses employees. Are you kidding me? That's like you would be immediately fired. And when I was working at corporations, you'd be immediately let go if that happened. But anyway, he's going to lay off employees, and it's probably going to be about the 10% number. That's something that I'm looking at with Tesla, because he's cutting 10% of Tesla's workforce. Okay? And again, I don't want this to take place because I wouldn't want my worst adversary, political adversary, to lose his or her job. I'm not like people on the left or to the left of the political spectrum who want desperately for their political opposition to suffer and feel the pain. I don't want that. But you look at high gas prices, diesel prices, energy prices, fossil fuels going through the roof. The left-leaning response is, well, it's price gouging. Democrats say it's price gouging. It's well, I explain on the Stock Market Crash channel. Hit subscribe to this channel, ladies and gentlemen. And hit subscribe to the Stock Market Crash channel. Hit subscribe to the Bitcoin Crash to 10,000 or lower channel. Ladies and gentlemen, I did call that also. In September, and I'm going to do a segment right now. It's at 18,410. The channel is the Bitcoin Crash to 10,000 or lower channel. I started that when Bitcoin was at over $30,000. So, and I said in January of 2022, that's below in the description. I said Bitcoin will get to 10,000 or lower. In September of 2021, I said Bitcoin and crypto were going to crash. In September of 2021, on this channel, H.A. Goodman, and on the Stock Market Crash channel, I said that the economy and the stock market crash were going to collapse. In the stock market, we're going to collapse and crash. And I predicted all of that on this channel, H.A. Goodman, the Stock Market Crash channel, and a couple months back in the Bitcoin Crash, about a month ago, in the Bitcoin Crash channel. Okay, pertaining to crypto and the price. But I was talking about crypto imploding, like I said last year. I also wrote in the Federalist in October of 2021 how the policies of the Democratic Party are causing us to head into and experience a stock market crash, and I was right. But ladies and gentlemen, steel CEOs, Exxon wrote a response to a letter from Mashed Potato Brains, our president, stating, okay, we lost tens of billions of dollars. The industry lost tens of billions of dollars last year or 2 years ago. It's now rebounding. It cannot plan more to build more refineries, and it's limited in terms of the production that it can produce because of Biden's policies. The reason I bring this up is because there's a bizarre left-leaning mentality pertaining to business and capitalism, and like there's no logic here. Oil prices and gas prices and fuel prices are up because Democrats wanted to transform the economy immediately from an economy that runs 90+% on oil and gas and fossil fuels to renewable energy. That did not happen. That can't happen. We don't even have the technology to do so. What took place was the opposite. So in 2021, Biden's administration was sued. The administration of mashed potato brands was sued by 14 states and oil and gas associations, and those articles are below in the description as well. And Build Back Better was opposed by the Business Roundtable, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, and the National Association of Manufacturers. As his administration was getting sued by oil and gas companies and 14 states regarding his energy policies. This has been the most anti-business president, anti-oil and gas president ever. Now you'd say, you might think, oh, well, that's good for the environment. But now he's trying to pump strategic oil. He pumped strategic oil reserves, and then he's blaming the oil companies for price gouging when they have no clue when the next Democrat will say, okay, you know what, we want to transition even faster from the oil and gas industry, and we're going to shut down and end economic activity because of the latest apoplectic reaction to a serious crisis. When we ended economic activity 2 years ago, we opened up a Pandora's box of economic problems that everyone, including Twitter and Tesla and everybody's experiencing. Okay? Why did I bring up the oil and gas problems? So it's not like you don't blame the oil and gas industry for price gouging when you've done everything possible to undermine the oil and gas industry and make it more difficult for them to extract fossil fuels because you wanted to save the planet. Just own it. Just say you want to save the planet and leave it at that. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't save the planet, combat climate change, and make sure that fossil fuels are at lower prices. And once diesel, for example, gets to $7 or $8, everyone, and this is the tie-in to what everyone's going to get to, everyone is going to experience layoffs. Every corporation, every industry, or I should say not every single corporation, but every industry will see layoffs. There will be massive layoffs. Not just, there won't be people just getting fired at Twitter for opposing Elon Musk. It'll be, okay, Twitter has to, and Tesla and all these other companies have to, in addition to a bizarre corporate culture where employees go after or don't like or voice their thoughts about what they feel the top brass is doing, which I guess is in a way is kind of interesting or cool, but it doesn't work long term, and it wouldn't work at Apple or Microsoft or any other company. It's interesting how Elon Musk is supposed to deal with this, but that's when they say, well, anytime you hear price gouging is the reason for high oil prices, just understand the person who's saying that knows nothing about the economy, nothing about oil and gas, and trust the experts. The oil CEOs and the oil industry insiders are experts. They're the ones who run the oil companies, who understand the supply and demand, and who understand how fossil fuels, how difficult it is to extract fossil fuels. Remember when we said we were forced to trust all the experts? You couldn't even push back or criticize or issue a rebuttal because you weren't an expert. You're not an expert, are you? So my point is, the same people who are blaming oil companies after they did everything possible to prevent oil companies from being successful and everything possible from limiting the supply of American oil producers, limiting production of American oil producers, are now saying that Elon Musk is mean. Well, we're heading into a recession because of Democratic policies. Make up your mind. Do you want to save the planet or do you want to have lower gas prices? Which one is it? And diesel, which transportation runs on, which transportation and commerce is dependent upon in this country. Anyway, hit subscribe to this channel, ladies and gentlemen. The two issues are seemingly different, but they're actually part of the same topic. We have a situation in our country where a great many wonderful, morally superior liberal Democrats are doing everything possible to ensure layoffs. And that's at the expense also, like they're actually doing it to themselves in certain cases by going after Elon Musk when you're working for Elon Musk. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now and go to the stock market crash and go to the Bitcoin crash channel right now to 10,000 or lower because it's going to happen, unfortunately. Give me your thoughts. Thank you.